Welcome, guys, to Simply Moms. My name is Leah. As usual, we are here to empower women, empower mothers, and empower families. And today, we have a visitor. She's a mom, a grandmother, and she's so many things. And she's going to introduce herself. Welcome, Grace.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. First of all, I want to say thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome.
My name is Grace. I am a mother of 4 children, 3 daughters and a son. I'm a grandmother of 3, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you so much, Grace.
You look so young to be a grandmother.
I know, right? You don't look like your grandmother at all.
I am a grandma.
So today's topic is domestic abuse and how to address it. And the reason we have Grace here is because she's a refuge practitioner. So she's qualified to talk about this. Grace, refugee practitioner, what exactly does that mean?
Refuge practitioner, actually it's refuge practitioner / support worker. So as a refuge practitioner, when women have got problems in their marriages, they sometimes call the police or sometimes call us directly. Okay. So when they call the police and they bring them out of their homes where they've been abused, they telephone Panaga where I work. It is called Panaga Safe House, where we keep them. So they come to us, we house them. So part of being a refuge practitioner is to take care of the women. When they come to us, sometimes they have children. In the marriages, they've been, abused in all kinds of abuses, you name it. They have gone through it. So a refuge practitioner is to look after them, get them back on their feet, and help them get back into the community.
Wow. That is a very important job you do right there.
Yeah, in a way. And it's that feeling that you feel like when you've helped a woman and you've seen her from when she came, when she was depressed, when she was stressed,
yes,
when she didn't know what she's going to do next.
Yeah.
And then you have helped that. And then at the end of the day, she's like, oh, I'm ready to go and live on my own. I don't need more support. To that. That to me is just priceless. So yeah, I enjoy doing it.
That's good. And I guess that's a whole long process from the time they come in and you go through all those things.
It is because some of the times they come and they absolutely have nothing because they come on spousal visas. Basically, when a man says, get out of my house, it's like, you have nothing. You don't have stay, you don't have anything to say that you even exist. So we take them from that point to the point of them getting citizenship and going out and living in the community. So that it is a long process, but we do it anyway.
Thank you for doing that because yeah, it is emotional as well.
Very much, very much. Because when you sit down and listen to the stories,
yeah,
sometimes I tell myself, and I thought I have problems. Well, some of these problems are beyond.
Yeah.
Getting them to the point of, when you are getting married and you're happy and then you're down to the ground and then someone has to pick you up. That is a long, long process.
How do they identify these people? What are the signs?
Well, the signs basically is like someone is married. Let's take me, because you know me. I'm that bubbly. I'm that there. I'm always in it.
Yeah.
I'm sharp there. But you start noticing when I come and I'm like,
yeah, and Grace is not talking and you're like, what's going on?
What's going on? That's the first day. The next day is like, I have to go. Why? Where are you going? No, I just have to go. That's another sign. Why is she running off? She used to sit for hours. Why is she running off? And isolation. You invite me and I isolate myself. I'm by myself. I'm not interacting.
Yes.
You know me. Let's go. She's there. And all of a sudden I'm quiet. I'm sitting by myself. I'm leaving before party starts. Those are the signs that we tend to look at.
And you don't attend the parties.
Families, I mean, when you're, if it's a family, you'll tell by somebody. If someone is always there, she's always talking, she always, have something to say, and all of a sudden she's locking herself in the room. She wants to be by herself. Are you okay? No, I'm fine. No, you're not. So you have to be very careful, because some of them go unnoticed, and that is where it is really, really difficult.
Wow, ladies, check on your friends. Yeah, check on your friends who have been bubbly. They've been posting on social media all the time, and then boom,
Yep,
they've gone quiet. Try and find out. In this country, people would like, maybe she's busy. Yeah,
And sometimes it would be like, say, you guys, you're a married couple. We know you guys to be happy and jolly, but then all of a sudden you are like clinging to him too much. When we ask you, hey Leah, what's going on? I mean, what do you think about this and this and this? And then you are like asking him, what do you think about it? Do you have anything to say? You really, really asking for his opinion? And you used not to do that. You used to be like, yeah, I think that will work. I think that is going to do something. But all of a sudden you're like, I need to ask my husband and see what he has to say about that. Then that's another red flag. Why is she having to ask?
So when you used to be very independent, and now you're no longer independent, you're no longer yourself.
You have to consult. It's like you're seeking for the opinion. Because if he doesn't give an opinion, it's going to be a problem.
Wow. So how does domestic abuse affect women, especially mothers?
Well, with mothers, the ones that I've seen, we've had a difficult situation where a mom didn't even like the kids. Because she was put down, like so much. She was called names. She was pushed around. She's abused in front of her children. And she's like, you know what? I'm done. I can't do it. And then we had to start all over again. You're a parent. You need to love your children. You need to treat them this way. You don't have to shout. It's not their fault. But to them, it's like, why do I waste my time? What for? Look at me. They said I'm a good for nothing. I'm just there to, have babies. You will never amount to anything. You don't understand, and you don't know English. You're just there. All you do is, dress up, and you don't even look good. Come on now. That is really, really putting people down. So that affects the children as well. So parenting is the really hard thing to get back to after you've gone through that. You think in you like, where did I go wrong? Why did I even have these kids? So we have to bring all that back up together and try to tell them that, listen, it's not your fault. And people tend to make you feel like it is my fault. Like I can come and tell you, you know what, this and this is going on in my marriage. And then I'll turn around and say, but it's my fault. I'm the one who does it, I think I nag him too much. So you become tuned to think that it is your fault. So that is where it goes downhill. If you have children, you're like, I don't know, maybe they're going to be like me. Maybe they're going to grow up to be like me. Maybe they're going to be like their dad. Maybe. So all this affects your parenting.
It does. It does for sure, because I guess like when the woman is low, when she's not, you can't give from an empty cup.
No, you can't. And this is why you see most of the women, their babies are taken away from them because they can't cope anymore. They can't handle it. I can't even imagine someone taking my child off me just because my brain was tuned to think a certain way. That is really bad.
So do you give them like some confidence boosting classes?
Yeah, we do.
To help them come back.
Yeah, we do. We do support them to go to like you and mommy play groups. We support them to go and join other women especially those who have been through it. But then we contact them, and then we have like a picnic in a park, and we show them they were like you, but you have to pick yourself up. You have to think about your children. They're your children. You brought them in this world. I understand the situation, especially I do. I understand the situation, but you just have to pull yourself together for your kids. So yeah, we do all those play groups. We take them to the park. We take them to play groups. We take them to moms communities, and eventually they come up.
Especially when you're there, when you're deep down there. If you're going through domestic abuse or violence or whatever you might call it, try and help yourself by doing positive affirmations. Affirm to yourself that you're not that. Even if someone says to your head that you won't amount to anything, that's not true.
I know.
Those are lies. Believe in yourself and say that I will amount to something. So whatever big dream that you have, you always have to go back to that thing and say, I will be able to do this. I've seen several women who come out of it and they're saying those same statements that you're saying. Oh, he said I can't do this. Oh, I'm not clever. Oh, he said I'm stupid. Oh, he said this type of things. Oh, he said I can never do anything. Like,
Sometimes
some of them would say you're fat. You've had a baby. You've just gone through a whole pregnancy. You just had a baby, and then he's telling you you're fat.
And sometimes it's not only the husbands, the mothers-in-law, the sisters, the aunties. They all put you down, and you're like, she said it, he said it, they said it. Maybe it's true. And once you get to that point, if you're not careful, you won't come out of it. You'll believe it. Like you said, don't believe it.
Do not believe that.
Don't even listen to it.
Do not.
Don't.
I don't care how many times they tell it to you. Do not believe it. Do not. Why is it so hard for women to leave these abusive relationships?
If someone is telling you all the time, I mean, if you leave, who's going to look at you? Look at the way you look. You're fat, you're ugly, you have had kids. Nobody's going to like you.
I know.
And if you buy it, it's going to stick.
Yes.
And some will be like, if I leave my children, what will happen to them? They will grow up.
We are not encouraging people to leave their marriages, but if it's abusive,
it's
abusive,
you have to find a way of. And in most cases, the mom will always go with the kids, because I know there are dads who are there for their kids, but most of the time, those who abuse, they can't do nothing about it. So, I mean, don't believe it. Don't think about it. You'll get somebody who will love you for who you are. So most cases, it's my kids. I can't leave because of my kids. He has said if I leave, he's going to look for me and kill me. He says if I leave, he's going to take me to the authorities. Like some who don't have their stay here. Oh, if I go, they're going to deport me. And then they're stuck in there being abused because they don't know their rights. So by the time they get to understand what it is like it has taken a toll on them. So don't believe it. Don't. Just talk about it. And there's too many organizations that can help. Don't die in silence. Just find somebody, get a phone call, go to the nearest payphone if you can, because some of them, they don't allow them even to go out. They cut you off from all the community, your parents, your sisters, your family, everyone. You're just confined into that house. They'll bring you whatever you want, whether you want it or not. It is what is going to come to you. So it is really many things. But I would say it depends on how they feel, because if you don't stand up for yourself, you're going to stay in it. So you have to stand up and do something about it.
Yeah. Self-help goes a long way, because, you can be going through something and you sit there and you feel sorry for yourself. That's not going to help you.
Yeah.
What you have to do is to think about your children. The end goal will be most likely death.
Yeah.
most likely I've seen so many women
That's
who have died
They
in
have
in abusive relationships, but they keep quiet. They put in a very good front outside. You can never know that this woman is going through such stuff, and then all of a sudden you see people are posting RAP. And you're like, what happened? If you die today, that man is going to marry another before the year ends, that man is getting another woman. So what about those children? Who is going to look after them? Those are some of the thoughts that you should be thinking about. I have to stay alive to
my children.
so that I can look after my children. In the right time, you can get a husband.
Yeah.
But most important thing is that you have to be alive.
You won't get that husband if you're gonna be dead. So you need to get out of it, and you need to think about yourself, think about your children. If the marriage is done with, it's done with. Just leave it
And then
and focus on your children. And there are many organizations that can help. So don't die in silence. Talk about it. Let your voice be heard. Don't let anybody shut you down.
do you think it comes from people giving each other papers? Do you think
It is all sorts of stuff. And some of them actually marry them and bring them here to turn them into prostitutes.
Yeah.
And they'll tell you their story, and you'll be like, huh? And yeah, they've been through it.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
You can imagine someone marrying you, bringing you here in the UK in their house, and then men are coming in, paying him, he's in the other room, and they're using you in the other room. What? There you go. So,
Whoa.
it's all the different things. Some of them, I mean, most of the time I ask myself, what is going on in their heads?
Well, maybe there's
If you can abuse a mother in front of their children, you're sick, you need help, you yourself.
if this is the situation, for example, that mother who came, she now had children or came with her children, I don't know the situation, and then this person is abusing them to that extent, making them do prostitutes. That's even the worst thing that can happen to anyone.
Yeah.
How can you sort it out?
If you are with them and you can get to a phone, just call the police. That is because you're not going to call these organizations right now, because they will have to assess you. You can't talk to them about the situation with him in the house. Straight up call the police. 999, let it come at home. When the police is there, just tell them everything. Don't back up. Tell them what is happening so that you are moved. You have to be removed. Otherwise, there's no way you're going to get out of it, because they don't let you out. You can't go to the shops. They'll bring everything in the house. So how are you supposed to get out? Except your chances is when you get near a phone and just get the police to come.
Even if your papers are based on this person,
It doesn't matter, because once you come to us, we apply for a DDVC. But we do apply for that, and that's how they get the estate. So we apply for that, and then you're given like 2 years in the country, and then you're given a BRP card, which doesn't work now because everything is in the system right now. So yeah, but we do that, and then before you know it, we settle them. Because you came on a spousal visa, they take that into consideration. It is not your fault. It's the fault of the person who brought you here. So you're bound to be helped in that manner. Don't suffer.
Yeah. So that is, you see, those are the lies that we are sold to us. Like, because I brought you to this country,
Yeah.
you cannot live without me. Your life depends on me. If you do anything,
And if you get out of
if you
this
don't
marriage,
do what I want,
because you're new, if you get out, if you run, I will find you and I will kill you. That is what they say. I'll find you and I'll kill you. That's why I say, if you got a chance, just call the police. Let them know. They'll get you out of there. And then maybe it won't be us, but there's Women's Aid, there's Haven, there's a Relate. We also there Panaga. So whichever, they will hold them and they will put you in there. And then we'll start from there.
Okay, so there are different support groups, like Grace is saying. So if you find yourself in that situation, please call for help.
Don't stay silent.
But we're not asking you to call for help for simple things like you had an argument last night with your spouse, and just because you found this information, you're like, oh, I'm calling the police on you. No, that's not what we're saying.
Just because you didn't bring milk, don't call the police on that one, please.
We're not teaching you bad manners. We want you to have happy, healthy
And
marriages.
don't call just because you had us talk about it.
Yes.
And you're like, I'm not going to wait for the abuse, I'm calling now. No. No, no, no. Stay as your marriage, mom.
I'm not gonna wait for that.
No, I'm not going to wait for the abuse, I'm calling now. No.
So, are there cases where the woman brought a man and now the man is abusive to the woman? Or if it's a man, how does it work if it's the man who's being abused in the relationship?
Well, it's kind of vice versa. A man can bring a woman and a woman can bring a man. A man can abuse a woman and a woman can abuse a man. So in this case, if a woman is the one who is abusing the man, men also have their own organization. It's also a relate that helps them get out of abusive relationships.
Okay.
Yeah, because women do abuse as well.
Mm.
They do. So yeah.
We've seen those cases. I've had some of those in the newspapers.
Yeah.
But I've never seen I've never seen a man who comes out to say that.
Oh, they do. Actually, they do call us.
Mm.
And it's a man and you're like, okay, this is women's organization. But they need help. It's like, I got this number and then you have to explain this is for women. So if you want to call men's help, then you give them the number so they call the other organization. But they do call. And they're also running away from abusive relationships.
Guys.
Yeah.
So how can a mother protect her children in that type of environment?
I don't know how you can do that because you're living with a partner who is abusing you. I mean, you wouldn't lock them in the room because you don't know when it's going to happen.
Mm.
They just get angry over something. Maybe you are at the dining table. So you wouldn't say, oh, I know now he's going to like whack me in the face. Let me take my kids away. So if it's happening and you feel like your children are not safe, still call the police. Because you can't let that happen. You can't let someone abuse you in front of your kids because you don't know what these kids are picking up. And you don't want your kids to end up thinking that, like if they are boys, it's normal to hit your wife. Or if it's a girl, it's normal to be abused. Oh, you don't want that. Especially when you have kids. I mean, if you're not a mom, you would say, well, but still you don't have to stay in it just because you don't have kids. But if you're a mother, those kids are in danger right there and then. The very first moment he lays hands on you,
Yes.
call the police straight up. It is not acceptable.
Yeah. You have
Where kids are, that is really, really first class emergency. You have to call the police. Yeah.
Immediately. And you will get help. You'll get
Yeah.
help. You don't have to suffer in silence.
Yeah.
What about this thing where they're like, the Bible says we should not divorce, so...
Well, I am going to tell you from
the
a
Bible
point
says
of
we shouldn't
Christianity.
divorce, so I'm here for my children, even if this man batters me like what?
There's no way the Bible says you have to stay in an abusive relationship.
No.
If someone is abusing you, it is unacceptable. Paint it red and pink and whatever colors you like, it is not acceptable. I'm a Christian.
Yes.
And if you touch me, I'm done. Trust me.
Yeah.
I'm walking.
So yeah.
So I'm not standing for any... I don't mind us arguing, raising voices at each other. But the moment you lay hands on me, I'm out. I can't stand for that. That is not right.
Yeah, and
There's no way where it is written in the Bible that if a man is beating you up, stay in it. So that is a no-go zone.
yeah, it's not good. And the other day I was saying on social media, I don't know if you saw that, where This boy was trying to defend her mom because she ran away from domestic abuse. And the dad is a public figure. And people were saying that this woman should not be saying her marital business, shouldn't be putting it on media. Because she left and she posted it on social media and she told everyone what was going on. And everyone knew that this woman was being battered. There's this man who said, people are being battered every day. She's not the first and she's not going to be the last. And, making it look like it's a normal thing. And it's not.
Why would you say that women, are you beating your woman? You might be talking and you can't even say a word to your wife, but you're there yapping that it is normal to beat. Have you beaten a wife? If your mom was being beaten, what would you do? Will you let your dad batter your mom?
Mm-hmm.
When you're talking, try to think. If this is happening in your house, what would you do? Would you just say, yeah, it's normal. Just go ahead. Kick her around. Would you? And if it was the other way around, and you were the woman that they're battering, what would you do? Would you just keep quiet and let the man beat you up?
No chance.
So don't stay quiet.
Whether you're man or you're woman in a relationship which is being abusive, leave. If it's an abusive relationship, first of all, it's going to hurt your health.
Yeah.
And it's also going to hurt the children's health. It's an emergency.
It's not healthy
Get
for
out
either.
of there.
It's not healthy for either.
Thus-
And seek counseling. If you find that, what is she doing that is leading you to beat her? Sit down and discuss.
Yeah.
Before you even think about beating her, have you asked her what the problem is? Whether it's solvable or not? I mean, sit down and talk to your wife, and wives sit down and talk to your husbands. If it is something that's bothering you, tell him. If it's something that's bothering you, husband, tell your wife. If it's something she's not doing, help her do it. These petty things. If she brings food and maybe it's not that, hot, or come on now, the microwave is there. Just tell her, you know what, warm my food properly. Don't just whack her in the face just because the food is not warm. I mean, that is petty stuff, okay? But sit down and discuss. And if you have talked and it's not working, seek counseling.
Yeah.
Seek counseling, but don't resort to beating. It's not good. Nobody wants to be battered. You took this child from their parents and you are here mistreating her. Oh, she's mistreating him. Why? And if you feel like it's not working, instead of saying, oh, you're fat, I don't like you, you're this, you're that, let her go. Seriously, pack her things and say, you know what, we're done. Rather than beating her up. Because first of all, you're going to end up in jail.
I know, right?
So why would you want to go to jail? Another thing, you people forget that you're fighting in front of these kids. And if you go to jail and the mom ends up in a psychiatric hospital because you have battered her head and she can't even remember nothing, what are the kids going to do? Who is going to raise them? So there's a lot of things you have to think about before you resort to violence. Don't do it.
And it's not even just battering. There is also talk.
Oh, words there.
There is
Those are
that emotional blackmail.
I know. It's too much.
So what qualifies as domestic violence?
Domestic abuse is huge. It includes a lot of things. It might be physical abuse, whereby we can see physically that you've been abused.
Yeah.
It can be emotional, whereby they're yapping a lot of words in your head. It can be economical. It can be financial.
Yes.
It can be... it is a huge thing. So don't think, well, he just gives me like 50 pounds. It is okay. No, it's not okay. If he has to watch what you're spending on, he's abusing you.
And
If he's calling you names, he might not beat you, but he's calling you names. He's calling you stuff. He's shouting at you. That is another form of abuse. Abuse is a huge thing. So it's many stuff. Like, I'm sorry. I hope there's nobody under 18. If I don't consent to you making love to me, that is abuse. You are sexually abusing me. I don't want it, and you're forcing me to do it. And most people really think, well, I married him. So, I mean, sometimes I don't feel like it, but, yeah, well, hey, no! No. That is another form of abuse. Now, abuse is too big. So if you feel like you're uncomfortable with something that someone is doing, get help. They will tell you if it's domestic abuse or if it's not domestic abuse. But I know anything that has to do with your life, anything that harms you, anything that puts you in a depression situation, in a stressful situation, and it's in a marriage, it is an abuse. So talk about it.
Yeah. There is also financial. You mentioned a little bit about it. So, like, for example, if someone is not working, so he won't let you work, and then, no, he might let you work, but he's controlling the salary. Man, yes, you're not touching it. What do you want? Sold. £5. There, go buy sold. I know, right? You can't buy any dress.
I'm a woman. I need pads. I need panties. I need Vaseline. I need hair products. And you're giving me £50?
Yeah, why should I work?
And I'm going to work, you're sitting. Actually, some men sit at home,
Yeah.
even go to work, and they take their salary. And on top of that, if you have kids, he's claiming child benefit, he's taking that. He's claiming universal credit, you're not taking any. So you have to look at these things. There's too much. We want to claim child benefit for a lady, and they're like, that child is claimed for. And we're like, what? Where is it going? And before you know it, the husband had already claimed for it. And he's not having that child. So why is the money coming to you?
Oh.
So you have to be very, very careful.
Yeah,
And they might actually apply it in your names and you don't know. And they're getting it in their account, but it's in your names. So the moment we do that and we put in a claim and they're like, but she already gets it. You're like, huh? In which account?
I've had stories where she goes to work, she earns money, but she doesn't touch it like you mentioned. She has to ask for permission to spend her own money. That's all part of it.
And there is coercive abuse as well, whereby he needs to know where you are. What are you doing? He will text you like 1,000 times, and you miss one text, you're in for it. The husband is funny. You don't stress about the situation. You stress about what is going to happen. Like there's a lady who was driving and then her car got hit with the bumper. She wasn't stressed about the car.
Okay.
She was stressed about the husband.
Okay.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. He's going to kill me. He's going to Excuse me. You haven't spoken about the insurance and stuff like that. He's going to kill me. And we had to calm her down.
Wow.
Excuse me. Who is going to kill you? Oh, my husband. Oh, my husband is going to kill me. You see? She's anticipating what's going to happen at home.
So what?
Rather than what is happening right now.
So explain to me. So the car, was it for the husband or was it for...
It's both of them, but I mean, where were you going? How did it happen? Why did she run into you? Now it's your problem, not the lady's car was hitting the back. It wasn't her problem. But she's worried about what is going to happen because of the dent that's in the car, rather than what is going to happen to her life. Do you understand? She's not thinking about this accident, am I hurt or something, but her mind is, what is it going to do? What is it going to do? And that is really bad. They control whatever you do. So you tell me, how is your life if you have to rush? I come here, I see you for 1 minute, I'm running. I have to be home, not 1 minute above. No, that is not good.
You still have to let your husband or wife know where you are going or where you are, right?
Yeah, but
if
I send you a text now and you tell me, oh, I'm at Grace's, and then in another 2 minutes I'm asking, where are you? I've just told you I'm at Grace's house. Okay, when are you leaving? In a few minutes. Okay. And then in another 2 minutes, another text comes. Come on now, that is too much. Okay. That gets too much. No.
How do survivors build back their confidence?
Yeah, our refugees.
Yes,
So
they've gone to a
when
refugee.
they come
How do they build back their
when we come
confidence?
to our refugees, the first thing we do is talk to them. Well, we still ask what happened, how did this happen, how did you get here, when did it start, what was the cause of it and all that. And then we settle them in. And then the first thing we do, if the police brought them in, of course they have done their DDV. So we don't have to worry about that. And then we start by, accommodating them. We house them for period of 6 months, and then we assess. And then if you're not ready, we still let you leave. And then we start by doing their housing benefit. And then we start doing their universal credit. And then we get them to GPs. And then we slowly, we ask if they want counseling. And then we refer them to counseling. And then from counseling, if they have children, we make sure the children are in nursery. We find schools for them that are, near the accommodation, which is suitable, that they don't have to travel far. And another thing, if they are in Coventry, they have a refuge, so we move them so that the perpetrators that don't get to them, because they've already threatened, if we get you, we're gonna kill you. So we bring them, and it is a safe house. Nobody knows where they are. It's only us we know. So after we refer them to counseling and we feel that the counseling has gotten them somewhere, and then we apply for colleges. For most of them, they don't know English. So we get them into ESOL. They start studying ESOL. And if we feel like now they can do some voluntary work, we get them into voluntary work. That's when they start building their confidence in the community. They start talking to other mothers, other women. They take babies to baby groups. They have this like community mothers that come together. We do parties for them. We do picnics for them. We invite both refugees to come together, and then they all sit around and they talk about their own stuff. And then from there, if they are ready, we put them on Coventry Home Finder so they can bid for homes.
Yeah.
But that is after they have gotten their indefinite leave to remain in the country.
Wow.
Which takes a long time. Sometimes it doesn't take. Sometimes it's a year. It might be a month. Some surprise us. It comes in 4 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. So it depends on the situation. And then once we put them on Home Finder, they start bidding for homes. But if we feel like they haven't got the homes on the bidding process and they are ready to go, they really want to move and go and start, living on their own without being supported, we just give them a letter to say, to Coventry City Council, to say that they are ready to move in the community. And then they get them temporary accommodation. And then they bid on their behalf and get them houses. And that's how they move into the community.
Wow.
Yep.
I guess it's a long process. It is a long process. But then as you're saying, I'm thinking, so you stay in that place until you get indefinite leave. So if you don't get it, you just keep there waiting. Yeah. You just stay there waiting.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, as long as housing benefit is paying for the house, you stay in it.
Okay.
There's no problem with that. So you have to be, in any case, we can't throw you out.
Yeah.
Where you don't have indefinite, where are you going to go?
Yeah.
So we have to work with you until you get it.
And I guess the voluntary work helps because then you get.
Yeah, I mean, if they go into voluntary work, they get skills and then they build up their CVs. And by the time the indefinite comes, they like, I want to go and do that.
Yeah.
I want to go and do that.
Yeah, it gives you time to make up your mind on what you want.
And meanwhile, the children are growing up. So, yeah.
Well, so what if you run and leave your children?
I don't think, well, it can happen, but it hasn't happened. So.
Okay.
Yeah. And we thank God for that. I don't know what we would do with that. But we haven't had that one. No.
That's good. Although they've been abused, they are giving you help and you're trying to move on.
Yeah.
but you still want your marriage. Like, how does that work? How do you
mean,
deal with that?
It is one thing to build them up, and it's another thing to decide for them. So the choice is theirs. If by any chance one of them say, I want to go back to my husband, we don't have a choice. You just let her go. We can't keep her there. It's her decision. So we don't have any right to say, no, you can't do this. We are there to help, but we can't stop them from, it is their choice. If they want to go back to their country, it is okay. We can't stop them from going. We don't have the right to stop them. They can do whatever they want to do. We are there to help. We will support them go, whatever decision they make. But if there are children involved, then that's where we'll step in and involve children's services, because the children come first. They have to be protected. But still, if they want to go, they can go. And then the children's services will take it from there.
If a mother wants to go back to her home country,
Her home country, oh, that is no problem. They can go.
even with the children.
Yeah, where are they going to live though?
Okay.
Unless the dad says, I want to stay with my children,
Mm.
then the children would stay. Because some of them are born here. If they are British, they can stay with their dad if they want to. But if the children themselves also want to go, they will go.
Okay. So they support the mom to go back to their country, or they support the mom to go back to the husband.
Yeah, you do.
So if you go back to the husband who already battered you, and then you come back again to the refuge, you still receive them?
Well, we will. That is our job. I mean, if they want to go back, we'll support them to go back. If they reach there and something happens, and they come back and we still have space, we will accommodate them. But if we don't, we will give them to another organization. Yeah, we will call like Women's Aid or Haven or Relate for Women, and we'll, tell them to call them if they have space. Because, mind you, space is limited. So it's not like we have a huge or thousands of homes or something like that. No,
Yeah.
we just have like 3 in Coventry and then 1 in Leicester. So if space is there, we'll take you. If it's not there, then we'll have to ask another organization to take you. But definitely they can decide to go back if they want to.
Wow. Thank you guys for watching Simply Moms. You're still on Simply Moms.
What I could
What's the last
advise
word?
them is don't suffer in silence. Don't let your voice be heard. If you have ways, speak. Speak out. Don't die in silence. Just call. If you can make a call, call. Call all those organizations. But if it's really, really important and it's delicate and it's dangerous, please call the police and they will take it from there.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for watching Simply Moms. That's been deep. That's been a deep subject. That's deep, but we hope that it's helped a mother there, or a father, or a man, or a woman who's out there. I hope you've been helped. Feel free to DM us, but you've been told the resources. Make sure you look for the resources, use the help that you've been given. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Thank you so much, Grace. Thank you for sharing your knowledge.
It was a pleasure being here in your presence.
Thank you.
Guys, subscribe, hit that button. Don't forget that. And keep watching Simply Moms. And all moms, you know where to get the information from. Come on now. She's here.
Yeah.
She'll bring whatever you need.
Yeah.
So keep subscribing.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Bye. That's it.